Dear God, on this 86th day of my awesome abstinence with commitment journey, I want to muse on the sources of emotional food which I eat and how I deliberately avoid what triggers me these days. I want to first of all thank you for one more year in my sister's life, my baby sister's life. Yesterday was her birthday, transition into adulthood, and yeah, we did our best to celebrate her, and she was so grateful. I mean, we had a wonderful time and we had a little party, right? And it was all about celebrating life because celebration is a source of emotional food for me. Appreciating your goodness in my life and in the lives of those around me. Emotional food, as I looked at yesterday, was this invisible food that nourishes my heart, that enables me, yeah, like this piece of chicken, right? But doing that with the intention of promoting happiness and joy. And I did that, I did my best, and we had this wonderful small party, and she had a few friends come over, and there was a lot of laughter at home and all of that. That's not triggering. I have to be very careful because I don't want emotional suffering. Emotional suffering is when I start to realize this personality change, and start to feel so agitated, and I display anger, and I get anxious, and my moods change, and I withdraw or isolate from others, and my self-care drops, and I start feeling hopeless or overwhelmed like I feel now because of my master's program, which is coming to an end, right? So I deliberately avoid anything that is going to drive me over the edge with regards to life. I live with post-traumatic stress disorder, so I'm also very careful, and I'm also a psychotherapist, so I'm very careful about my moods. I'm very careful about how I feel each day, and I deliberately do not expose myself to situations or scenarios or sources of more triggers in my life. That means that I can express myself when I even get into those situations. I can address them, I can walk out of them, I can cut off, and all of those kinds of things, because it's so important for my health and for my mental well-being. And as a psychotherapist, as a minister, as a mother, all of those things, if I am not careful about all of these things, then how am I going to be active, or how am I going to be the best I can be in those situations? And of what good will that be to you, as I asked yesterday? And I'm also showing that to my children, helping them to be able to be discerning enough to pray to you, because you give all of that grace. You are the source for me, and so I'm really so grateful for that. And because I'm just so mindful about that, knowing that I cannot change situations, I cannot change people, but I can change my reactions to that, and listening to everything with rapt attention, knowing that I have to be able to renew my mind. Renew my mind means being selective also of the sources of information, because it goes to my heart, and then it affects my actions and my reactions. So I thank you so much for all of these things, and I pray that you continue to help me in this area of my life, and that you help all those who are also struggling in these areas of their life, struggling to say no, whereas that's what they might need to say at that particular time, so that they don't get overwhelmed, so that they don't slacken in their work with you, so that they don't slacken in being open to your love, and to be able to say thank you just because something is pulling them down, something is triggering them. I'm just so grateful for this stage of my life, this season of my life, and I give you all the glory for that, because Father, without you, what can I do? Where would I have been, right? All the glory forever and ever.